Shema Yasha'Allah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Ahud. That's Hero Israel. The Lord our power is one Lord. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Kwam Yasha'Allah, mighty Shalom. And this lesson is entitled, In the News, More Economic Woes. In the news, more economic woes. Lord willing, this quick hit will be edifying. And this is just based off an article from the Newsbreak app entitled, America's $38 trillion debt. Experts warn the U.S. is running out of time. And that is indeed true, all right? This economy is running out of time. All right, the American dollar is short-lived. All right, and the scriptures speak of these things ultimately happening and unfolding in prophecy. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heap it unto him all people. And this is talking about Esau Edom, that proud man that transgressed by wine. All right. Scriptures say, woe to you that giveth your neighbor drink. All right. To look upon his nakedness. And that's Esau Edom's rulership in a nutshell. Okay. He's been wreaking havoc, oppressing. All right. Putting burdens on nations round about throughout his entire reign of rulership, going into different countries. If you look up how many military bases there are on the planet Earth, all right, it's hundreds upon hundreds, spreading his wine, spreading his philosophies, his dogmas throughout the earth. But still and then he cannot be satisfied, all right, because ultimately his agenda is to fully implement the Charagma, Revelation 13 and 16. So this cash cow, or should I say was once a cash cow, that being America, is now running dry. And you see these different elites, all right, with their finger next to the button, all right, to ultimately belly up this economy. And this article is going to go into a little bit of it. This is Habakkuk 2 and 6, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him? Because now Esau Edom is going to be the proverb on the earth. He's going to be the byword, all right? Because a short while is to come and he's going to go into slavery. And America being taken down, its economy, the political system, religious system, the military, all these things, and the strongholds that America used throughout the planet Earth, they're now being taken down. So these nations, they're seeing America being weakened and they're going to go in for the kill, but it's ultimately going to be done in prophecy's sake. All right. They're not going to do anything that the Lord didn't command them to do. Proverbs 21 and 1 says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. All right. But this economy being destroyed and being taken down is a part of biblical prophecy. It says in the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter, for in 1 hour her great riches come to naught. So America is going to be here, then it's going to be gone. And we're seeing a domino effect of prophecy. This economy taking the blows is one of them. So it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe, which woe goes into destruction, destruction to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that laded himself with thick clay. And that thick clay is going to go into the debt of this society. All right. The debt pledges. And America is now at 38 trillion and counting, man. All right. The scriptures say riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from debt. This is Habakkuk 2 and 5 in the NLT. I'll read through 6. It says, wealth is treacherous and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples. And that's Esau Edom. It says in James, the 5th chapter, how ye rich men. It's talking about these wicked elites, international banking families. They're howling right now. All right. The scriptures say the keepers of the house shall tremble. That's going into the economy. All right. It also says in I believe it's Zephaniah or Zechariah. It says a crashing from the hills and a howl from the fish gate. So it says, verse 6, but soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? Now you will get what you deserve. And that's what's happening to America. America is getting what it deserves. All right. Economic woes, religious woes, all right. Political woes, educational woes, all the things that America prized itself and were its strongholds are being taken down, man, due to biblical prophecy. So let's get that word. Let's get that thick clay. It says weight of pledges, heavy debts. So that's that thick clay. It says woe to him that laid himself with thick clay. So all this debt that America is accumulating, it's going to come back on this economy. It's trickling down to the homes of the everyday Americans. It says America's $38 trillion debt. Experts warn the U.S. is running out of time. It says the U.S. national debt has soared to roughly $38 trillion, now exceeding 120% of the nation's annual economic output. It says, and leading economists and historians say urgent action is needed, right? The scriptures say the keepers of the house shall tremble. When you go and look up the word economy on the Edomai online, it goes into housekeeping or stewards. So the stewards of this economy, they're trembling. Like it says, experts warn U.S. is running out of time. And that's exactly what's going on. This place is running out of time due to biblical prophecy. All right. And this $38 trillion debt is just another example of how the Lord is taking this place down in prophecy. Scriptures say riches make themselves wings and fly away. This is Proverbs 23:5. Will thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? Right? Because this fiat currency, the American dollar, these wicked elites print this money at their will, man. All right. So this $38 trillion debt is a facade ultimately to crash this economy and usher in a digital money system. All right. Which is going to be spearheaded by the Charagma, Revelation 13:16, which is biblical prophecy, man. He calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a Charagma in their right hand or their forehead. So this economy crashing has to happen due to biblical prophecy. The scriptures talk about a crashing from the hills, all right, and the noise and the howling from the fish gate, okay, the grinder ceasing. All of that is a part of this economy crashing. You got heavy unemployment. Nobody can find a job. The people that have a job, they're miserable. They're barely making ends meet. And then you have America with this $38 trillion debt. All right. You have the prices in the stores are sky high. You got inflation, hyperinflation. So what's next for this place? All right. Is the gas going to get let up? All right. In prophecy? No. All right. This place is going to belly up any minute now. And experts are warning there's not a lot of time left. So if these different experts are warning, all right, the prophets are out on the highways and byways telling you these things, why will you still not hearken onto these things, man? All right. The scriptures talk about when the money felleth in Egypt. This is spiritual Egypt. All right. America. So the money is going to fail here too. All right. The scriptures talk about a measure of wheat for a penny in Revelation, the 6th chapter. All right. When you go into the NLT, it says a loaf of bread for a full day's work. Imagine going into a store and a loaf of bread to buy a loaf of bread, it'll cost you working a whole day. But what about the other groceries and necessities that you may need? All right. So this place is going to be unlivable, man. All right. This economy is going to crash. It's going to be a crashing from the hills. So it says, Proverbs 23:5, will thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven, right? The eagle, the symbol of this nation, all right? And this is going to be broadcasted throughout the whole entire earth. America's downfall, the crashing of this economy. It's already being broadcasted, man. That's why you have articles like this, experts warning, these different economists, all right? These stewards of the economy. They're warning that, hey, this place doesn't have a lot of time left. Hey, do the math. You got hyperinflation. You got unemployment levels, the highest that it's ever been. All right. You got the $38 trillion debt from America. So what is this going to lead to? All right. More woes to come. Economic woes. So Lord willing, this message was edifying. I'm going to give infinite honors and praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Harachak Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings until next time. Kwam Yashala. Mighty Shalom.